First of all, it is 12:02 while we start this recording, and I just want to say that because, I don't know, they're pointing it out, and it seems important. There is a large part of this collective, and the masculine collective to be specific, that is doing it. Like, is harnessing their fire, is standing in their passion, almost to the point where I want to say you're becoming a little bit risky. Like, that kind of, I don't care, like, doesn't fade me, doesn't bother me, in like a good way though, not like a deflection way. There's a part of this masculine that is becoming fearless, not like willing to take risks, but I want to say that you're stable enough to take the risks now. That's the way that I want to say it. You're emotionally and physically stable enough to be able to take these risks. Although my team's like, be careful. Be careful, because when the masculines get passionate and the masculines get fiery and they start acting with their big boy pants on, sometimes they get a little bit reckless. And there's something about the fact that they are putting things together on a massive puzzle scale. We're not talking like a 20-piece puzzle. We're talking about a 1,000-piece puzzle. We're talking about a 5,000-piece puzzle. They're putting things together and they're slapping it on that table with all the oomph, and there's just something about the truth that is being uncovered right now and has been fully illuminated thanks to the full moon and all the celestial woes that are happening right now. And there's just something that has really set the divine masculine on fire, and there's just something about him learning his lesson and truly embodying the lesson. Like, they're calling his hard work for having paid off, this like inner deep dive, this I want to call it like a spiritual, I almost said come to Jesus meeting, but like this spiritual like reflection is the way that I want to say it, this deep dive. There's something about, weren't we just talking about facing fears? There's something here about the connection and the happiness of coming together. It's just paired with your strength here is the way that I want to say it. Good news is following these masculines right now because they made it that way. New beginnings are starting for them because they started moving off of their passion. They started moving off of their connection. Like, it took a while for them to heal themselves and to get connected. But once they did, they're on their destiny. This takes me back to the other message of them no longer running from it, but chasing their destiny. And I feel like this is what it is. And there's just something here. There's something here about a mature feminine. There is something kind of fluttering in the background about a mature feminine and about how she has kind of come into her own in a completely different way, separate and apart from everything else, apart from this masculine, apart from the world. And there's just something about the way that she has found her bliss and found her connection emotionally, financially, like spiritually. There's just something here that it's like they are, I don't want to call them magnets, but it's like they're tethered is the way that I want to say it. And their movements are similar but different. So it's kind of interesting. It's almost like a mirror, but like not in that toxic fucking way that everyone thinks. But it just makes me feel like when one moves, the other follows in a mimicking kind of way, but accidentally, like unbeknownst to either of them. Does that make sense? Like unbeknownst to either of them. But I feel like this is what shit is made of. Like, I don't know how to make this make sense, but it just, they're talking about the masks that had to fall, the fears that had to be faced, the realizations, the truth that didn't need to be defended because it defends itself, but all of the things that had to be brought to light right now. Ego death after ego death, the balancing out for this masculine emotionally, literally the balancing of the scales on a collective and a personal level. So much had to come together. And I feel like this is twofold because you had to join the halves within yourself in order to be able to tether this opposite towards you. I got the Page of Pentacles out here, and this is good news. This is good beginnings. This is, shut up, as we're talking about birth, like, this is new beginnings. This is good news. This is things coming your way. Slow and steady wins the race is the way that I want to say it. Keep doing you, because you being in your authenticity, you sitting in your peace is bringing the slow moving masculine your way, is bringing this grounded yet passionate, this funny, active, fearless, who's willing to take the risk when the reward hangs in the balance your way. And this isn't a love message. Even though it's coming out this way, it's not a love message. It's a congratulations. Because you had to do all of that too. And there's just something about, this is like your receiving era. This is your, I'm gonna get what I give era. This is your new beginning. Like, this is exactly what you've been asking for. Look at you, just up at the sky. Please, my God, give me this. Like, this is exactly what you've been asking for. And there's just something about how you've balanced the scales. And you've almost made this possible because you had to look at things differently. You had to get real with yourself, and getting real with yourself isn't pretty. To find your peace, you had to travel through your chaos. It's not peaceful to get your peace. Whoever told you you get peace by being peaceful lied to you. And you figured that out the hard way for yourself. And I just feel like you need to keep going. You need to keep doing you, and this shit will find you. You don't have to do anything to draw it in. You are pulling it towards you. You are magnetizing it. And I just feel like you're being helped from like the most unlikely of people in the most unlikely of ways, because everybody, like, this is pulling me back to that other video. And I know I talked about it with Keys a couple days ago. Like, when people manifest their fears, right? That was the video from a couple days ago. You manifest your fears. But if you think about it, your unlikely helper is the person who is threatened by you. Who is threatened by you. Who is manifesting you besting them. Who is manifesting their fear that you're better, or that you're gonna, I don't know. I almost want to say take their man, but that's like very odd and that's kind of weird. I don't want to say that. But like, it's just like they're manifesting their biggest fear. But if their biggest fear is that you're the real one, you're the bitch, you're getting it done, then they're assisting you with their projected energy to manifest your win. And this is just this unlikely assistance from this jaguar over here, right? Like this unlikely assistance. And you just are now seeing it because you flipped your perspective. Like, that's the way that I want to say it. So they're just saying, like, you don't need to do anything else. It all starts now. The clarity, the arrow's already been pulled back. Like, the clarity is heading your way. Like, but with clarity comes everything else. I don't know. I don't really know what the purpose of this was. I'm gonna be all honest. I don't remember what I said. Like, like that's where we're at today. But I'm going to be 100% honest. Congratulations. Because you're sitting in a space of peace, or you're very close to it. But peace is paired with flow state. Peace is paired with the gray area. Peace is paired with neutrality. Peace is paired with your receiving era. Your abundant era. Your, this is easy. I get paid for breathing. I'm happy, I'm healthy, like this type of things find me, I don't chase, I attract. Like, this is part of that era. This is your weaving together your reality, your story, your dream. So dream big. That's what I want to tell you. But damn, my masculines. Damn, boy. Like, I've never been so proud of the masculine collective. Because it's hard for the masculines to rise like this. It is hard for the masculines to rise like this when the entire collective counts them out. Bye, B.